that's another really lucky story that I can share. When I was 21 at USC, Charlie Haden had a steady duo gig at a place called the Comeback Inn in Venice Beach. And he was playing with a great pianist originally from New Orleans, Henry Butler, blind pianist, playing a duo, just Henry and Charlie. And Scott was a student at California Institute of the Arts, where I teach now. And Scott would bring me up to attend Charlie's classes. So I go to the class, and he said, "Bring your guitar. You can play too," because at that time Charlie was playing with all the students. So I brought my guitar, and I played with Charlie, and we had I guess we hit it off to a certain extent. And Henry couldn't make one of the gigs, and Charlie called me and said, "You want to play duo at Comeback Inn?" And again, totally terrified, but of course I'm going to jump at the opportunity to play with Charlie Haden, right?
Yeah.
So we played, and Samo, I have to say, I'm sure you have a handful of experiences that you can draw on as sort of highlights of your musical career.
Yeah.
That was like right at the top, playing with Charlie. It's the first time, first of all, and I don't want to get too metaphysical, but it's the first time that when I played, I was not doing the playing. Something else took over. The way Charlie played, it was so, I don't know how to describe it other than he just had a way of sort of, it felt like it was from the solar plexus. He just pulled stuff out of you.
Yeah.
He was so supportive. It just felt like this embrace in which there were so many possibilities. I mean, I think it would be impossible to sound bad with Charlie, because he came so much from that perspective of support, and his pitch was amazing. Yeah. His sound was amazing. It enveloped you. And that for me was in my, it's interesting. I look back on that experience and I think, I don't think I know a lot more about music than I did back then, but I don't think I've had an experience like that since that age.
Oh, wow.
To that extent, So anyway, so Charlie and I did not see each other for a number of years. Then I started teaching at Cal Arts, and Charlie was still there. So we would still see each other and occasionally play together. And he made this recording, Land of the Sun. And I wasn't actually at the session. He left this space because Lionel was playing.
Ah, okay.
Right? And he left this space on this one tune for me to solo.
Yeah.
So that's how that came about.
Ah, okay.
It was really interesting because I've never played with Gonzalo, right?
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of his. And, so I hear this solo and his comping is very unusual.
Yeah.
Right? So, and he's not responding to me. It's already recorded.
Yeah.
Right? So, it took a few takes for me to kind of find what the right vibe was.
Yeah.
And where to find something that was actually, that worked really well. And Charlie was great in the booth, in terms of like suggesting things.
Yeah.
So that's how that came about.
Ah, okay. No, it was beautiful. Yeah. To play with Charlie, I mean, that must have been, I can believe. Yeah. Mind blowing. Yeah.
Wonderful, Samo. I mean, I really miss having Charlie at Cal Arts. It's a big hole for us that will never be filled. I mean, Charlie was very special. Also, as a teacher, I mean, Charlie was never technical. I mean, he was all self-taught, right? Just his instincts were amazing.
He always served the music, right? Basically.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. And as a teacher, every once in a while, you'd be around him, and you would just get this gem, that he would impart to you. It was always spiritual or psychological, that kind of advice.
Yeah.